Greetings, fellow YouTuber. My name is Tim. Greetings, fellow YouTuber. My name is Tim. Welcome once again to everybody's favorite weekly pile of cow swallop. Of course, I'm talking about GainerWorld Live. My name is Tim Gainer. Thank you so much for joining me. As always, I certainly do appreciate it. If you are new to our broadcast, first off, let me apologize right off because there's not really a lot going to be happening for the next hour or so. We just waste time around here. Actually, that is very true. That is pretty much what we do. We waste time on the show. Really what we do is, I'll give you a little bit of a backstory. We started this off about 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, where we just thought it would be a good idea during those halcyon days back during the pandemic. Remember those days? Where are the good times gone? Actually, the truth of the matter is we started this as a way for people to kind of get together, let their hair down, enjoy themselves, talk about things, and go over, just make sure we're all okay. So we do this. We get together once a week, every week, just like we are right now. And we talk amongst ourselves. In fact, this is one of the ways that we care about you, the YouTube viewer. Now, you notice that if you're watching the replay, the chat isn't over there. It's not there. And you may be asking yourself right now, Gainer, why isn't the chat over there? I need my chat over there. My chat should be right over there. Oh, no. Why worry about lumbar strain when you can have your chat right there? This is what we do. We bring the chat to you. So it's right there. You can watch the chat in real time. So if you're new to this, by all means, come on in. We'd love to have you. We'd love to see you. We'd love to see you say hello. Say hello to everybody. Got a lot to cover this week. In fact, we got all kinds of things to cover this week. One of them being, of course, my basic, my basic obligation, and that is to invite you right after this show is over, if you are watching this live, at 9 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Central on Hugs 24/7 Radio, the home of the unsigned artist, hugs at WRGG.com, HUGSATWRGG.com. There is the top 10. Now, wait a minute, Tim, what is the top 10? The top 10 is put together by this guy right here. His name is Cyrus Gray. Cyrus Gray is the guy that started the Hugs Show. And myself and a couple of other people, we got together and we formed Hugs 24/7 Radio, which goes out all over the world. And it is the home of the unsigned artist. If you like new music, if you like artists that you haven't heard of, this is the place to be. It is the home of the unsigned artist. And Cyrus has a top 200 chart, believe it or not. And he runs down the top 10 of the Hugs Top 200. So make sure you join him for that. It's going to be a great time. I strongly recommend it. That's coming up after this show on Friday night, every Friday night at 9 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Central. Make sure you check it out for that. The Hugs Top 10 Countdown. Speaking of the show, I want you to know there will be no live show next week. Next week, we will not have a live show. There will be, however, a new vlog that'll be in its stead here in this very spot next week, 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Central. We're going to talk about the possibility, everybody knows about, the final Beatles single. Well, we're going to talk about a final Beatles album and the possibilities thereof. So make sure you check that out. That is going to be next week. No live vlog. There will be a pre-recorded vlog here in this very piece of bandwidth next week, 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Central. Make sure you check that out. Now, Gainer, why aren't you going to be here next week? Because I'm going to be here. Here being the Hug Summer Concerts series in the bustling little burb of Lisbon, Ohio. Are we going to have us some fun out there? Let me tell you, gang. The Hug Summer Concert Series at the Eleanor Acres Event Center in Lisbon, Ohio. You want to talk about great bands that are going to be there. Craig Meekham's going to be there. Taylor Rhodes going to be there. Yigga Digga's going to be there. The Henrys are going to be there. Lorelei Page, Steve Hawk, you name it, they will be there. 2 nights, 2 days actually. Friday night between 6 and 1 a.m. on Friday, August 18th. Saturday, we're going from noon until the cops tell us to shut it down. That's as good as it's going to get. And Lisbon, Ohio, the Eleanor Acres Event Center. Still some good tickets left. By all means, head over there. Brownpapertickets.com is where you can get those along at the Eleanor Acres Event Center. Please come out and say hi. We're all going to be there. Cyrus Gray, myself, Professor Heine Bach. We're all going to be out there to say hi. And there's going to be some kick-ass bands. Yes, he said that on YouTube. It's going to be a time, let me tell you. Checking in already. I see where little sister Judy from the CO by the FLA or whatever her little gypsy butt is up to this week is here. Along with Noreen Henry. Hello, Noreen. Always good to see you. Always appreciate that. And yeah, all kinds of good times going on. But yeah, it's going to be a weekend. It's going to be a week, and we're going to have lots of fun. MU City popping in to say hi at the same time. We'll just we'll let MU City go because hey, that's what MU City does. So yeah, we got a lot of things going on this week. A lot of things going on next week. We hope to see you out in Lisbon, Ohio, Eleanor Acres Event Center, the Hug Summer Concert Series. We're all going to be out there. Like I said, Cyrus Gray, myself, Professor Heine Bach is going to be out there, and you know it's going to be a great show when the professor's out there. So, yeah. In the meantime, though, should we get to it? Yes. Yes, we should. Long week, tough week. But, yeah, let's get it out in the open. It's time for the Deadpool report, y'all. Let's check it out. You may not know that face, but it is a very important face, especially if you were a fan of shows like Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. Yes, we're talking about Mark Margolis. He was the guy that played Hector Salamanca. Remember him? On Breaking Bad? Yeah. He's gone at the age of 83, according to a Hollywood Reporter. Died yesterday at Mount Sinai Hospital in New York City following a short illness. His son, actor and Knitting Factory Entertainment CEO Morgan Margolis. Never even knew Knitting Factory. I have no idea what that is about, but okay. He was one of those guys that did, he did yeoman's work. He did yeoman's work in terms of acting. He was, as I said, he was the guy that played Hector Salamanca. Few words and a bell. That's all you needed. He was him, but he also had a lot of really great character roles in big films. He was also in Scarface. He was Alberto the Shadow. Remember him? The Bolivian henchman? Yeah. He was the landlord in Ace Ventura, Pet Detective. He was Antonio Napa for HBO's Oz. I mean, just an amazing body of work this guy had. Just the films alone. I mean, check out this list of films. Yeah, The Cotton Club, Secret of My Success, Conquest of Paradise, I Shot Andy Warhol, Absolute Power, The Thomas Crown Affair, the second one, the remake. End of Days, Taylor of Panama, Hardball, Defiance, Stand Up Guys. He was on all kinds of TV shows, Santa Barbara, Law and Order, Californication, The Affair, American Horror Story. Just an accomplished actor by all means. But unfortunately, we apparently lost him, which was really sad. So yeah, Mark Margolis, gone at the age of 83. Sorry to say. Yeah, and if that's not enough for you, if that wasn't enough for you, we lost Johnny Hardwick. Hey, Gainer, who is Johnny Hardwick? Don't know that name. You don't know his name, but you know his voice. Because he was the voice of Dale Gribble, King of the Hill. Johnny Hardwick, gone at the age of 59. According to the Mirror, Johnny, law enforcement was called to his Texas home on Tuesday for a welfare check. They found his body, according to TMZ. He was pronounced dead at the scene. No foul play suspected. Cause of his death still unknown. But yeah, I mean, who didn't love Dale Gribble? Sincerely. I mean, that was one of the best characters on King of the Hill. I don't care what you tell me. And yeah, a lot of people, he did other voices too. He was like in Natural Selection in 1999. He's a producer for the film Shadows of Sophia in 2019. And he used to do a lot of song parodies on YouTube. But yeah, the fans know him and they remember him. One fan wrote, quote, "Wow," and they were working on a continuation of King of the Hill. Rest in beer heaven, Dale. Another fan said, "R.I.P. Thank you, Dale. Guns don't kill people. The government does." Gribble, my favorite moment. Yeah, gotta remember that one. Third guy said, "There was no one who grew up in the country and didn't know a guy like Dale Gribble. Great King of the Hill character, and apparently a good guy as well." Johnny Hardwick, gone at the age of 59. Couple losses this week, but none as tough as the one we found out about yesterday. According to Rolling Stone, Robbie Robertson. Yes, the Robbie Robertson. The band, primary songwriter, gone at the age of 80. After long illness, apparently. His management company confirmed the musician's death. According to Rolling Stone, quote, "Robbie was surrounded by his family at the time of his death, including his wife, Janet, his ex-wife, Dominique, his partner, Nicholas, her partner, Nicholas, that is to say, his children, Alexandra, Sebastian, Delphine, and Delphine's partner, Kenny." That was according to his longtime manager, Jared Levine, in a statement. In lieu of flowers, the family has asked that donations be made to the 6 nations of the Grand River to support the building of their new cultural center. If you don't know who Robbie Robertson is, you really need to. Because he and a couple of guys that he hooked up with while touring with Ronnie Hawkins, Rompin' Ronnie Hawkins, by the way, and formed the band. And man, you want to talk about influential. You want to talk about how this band. Okay, well, put yourself in the context of the times. We're talking 1968. And they released their first album, Music from Big Pink. And while everybody's in the middle of psychedelia, you've got bands, you've got people that were writing things like Up on Cripple Creek. And then there was their second album, which is considered one of the greatest albums of all time. These guys were so influential. And again, we're talking psychedelia of 1968. You've got guys like Eric Clapton. Eric Clapton heard the band and automatically broke up Cream. That's what the legend is. How true that is, I don't know. But that's what they're, Rolling Stone is writing anyway. The Beatles went back to a stripped back sound with Let It Be. Elton John, Bernie Taupin began writing and recording. So they started that whole genre. They were the catalysts for that entire genre. And they kept going until, obviously late 60s, early 70s, things caught up to them, substance abuse, infighting. And so in 1976, they decided that they were going to pull the plug on the band. And they did one last show at Winterland in 1976. And at the same time, with the help of Martin Scorsese, made possibly one of the greatest concert films ever recorded in modern times. Of course, I'm talking about The Last Waltz. If you haven't seen this movie, you owe it to yourself. Because not only are we talking about the final concert, well, not the final concert, but at the time it was supposed to be the final concert of the band. But the list of people that were in this show. Take just this picture right here. You've got Neil Diamond, Joni Mitchell, Van Morrison, Bob Dylan, Neil Young, Ronnie Hawkins. I mean, it's just Ringo Starr, Ron Wood. It just does not get anyone better. It just doesn't get any better than this. Okay. From there, Robbie decided that, Robbie decided that he never rejoined the band. Okay, the band did get back together with all the original members until one by one they all started dying off, quite frankly. In fact, I think Rick Danko was no. As a matter of fact, no, they're all gone. Now that I think about it, they are all gone. All of the members of the band are gone. But yeah, I mean, the slew of hits that they had. The Weight, Up on Cripple Creek, The Night They Drove Old Dixie Down. Yes, they wrote that song. Robbie Robertson wrote that song. Of course, became a great cover hit for Joan Baez later on. Stage Fright, The Shape I'm In. They played Woodstock, even though they weren't in the movie. Yes, they played Woodstock. So, yeah, it's one of the greatest concert films of all time. And even later on, Robbie started working. I mean, his first solo album, 1987. Unbelievable. Great song. In fact, that's where I got the title for tonight's show, Somewhere Down the Crazy River. It's an amazing song from an amazing album. He also had made a couple of other albums, solo albums in his time. He also worked with Martin Scorsese. He did all kinds of, he helped him with many a soundtrack. King of Comedy, Casino, Gangs of New York, Wolf of Wall Street. Robbie also had a role in the film Carney, Dakota Exile, Wolves. So yeah, but he never did tour again. Never did tour. But yeah, really sad. Really sad. 2023 is starting to sound like 2016. We're losing our heroes again. Robbie Robertson, gone at the age of 80 after a long illness. And again, I know I've said this quite a few times this year, but it is true when I say it. We shall not see his likes again. That's this week's Deadpool, y'all. Checking the tote board real fast because a bunch of people popped in. Let's see. Occasional guest co-host Chris King has popped in to say, does everyone around him still have their faces? No. you're speaking of Margolis and Mark Margolis. No. The answer is no. Amy said in Breaking Bad, he had a bell, a fart box during one quite memorable scene. Okay, I don't want to hear about it. Dale's wife, talking about, Dale Gribble. Dale's wife, she preferred that First Nations flavor. Everything was a conspiracy. We all know that. And Amy City's asking about Robbie Robertson. I wonder if he's now reunited with his Bessie down in Lake Charles, Louisiana. Yeah, I hear you. Playing Spike Jones on the box. I understand that. And Noreen says that The Last Waltz was the best concert film ever. It was. It was. I don't know of too many other concert films that I can think of. And there's only a few concert films. Concert films. As far as rock and roll films, there's all kinds that I love. But The Last Waltz is one I will go back to time and again. Almost every single time. Now, there was one thing that happened over the course of the last couple of days. And I was all set. I was all set to put another name on the Deadpool list. I was all set to put another name on the Deadpool list. And that name was Claire Hope. You don't know that name, Claire Hope, but you do know her stage name, Lil Tay. Now, I'm sure you're asking yourself right about now, a lot of people. And first off, let me preface by saying that when this story was released, my phone blew up. Thank you, fellow YouTuber. I appreciate the fact that you like to keep me informed. I appreciate the fact that you're really on top of these things with me. I love that. My phone blew, for lack of a better term, up. And I had to keep asking myself, maybe it's because I'm getting older. Maybe it's because there's so much going on in social media. Maybe it's because I'm just an old fart. I don't know. But I had to find out who this Lil Tay was. And so I did my due diligence, and then I realized, oh yeah, you mean this Lil Tay.
This Lil Tay, let me tell y'all something. This shit costs more to your rent. My toilet costs more to your rent. Everything in my bathroom costs more to your rent. And see, this is my closet. Everything here would be designer. Gucci, Louis, Versace. And also, when I was 6 years old, I lived in Atlanta and I was broke as hell. Lil Tay out here balling in the IA. I dropped 200 racks on this car and I'm only 9 years old. I got the keys to this car. See this? These are butterfly wings. Y'all haven't seen this car in your lives. I've been driving this around the Beverly Hills area and I'm only 9 years old. I ain't got no license, but I ain't ever gonna get no license. You already know what it is. Lil Tay, the youngest flex of the century. I'm only 9 years old, but I'm richer than all y'all broke ass haters. This be my kitchen. It's bigger than your whole entire living room, and I got 4 more houses. Y'all haters are already older than me, but y'all still talking shit. I'm a 9-year-old millionaire, and I be smoking dope, bitch. Shut your mouth before I smack you, auntie. Honestly, I don't have no struggles, man. I'm Lil Tay, the youngest flex of the century. Nothing can stop me. Like, y'all haters talking about, like, oh, go, like, stop doing this. But, bitch, no one can stop the youngest flex of the century. I don't have any struggles.
Mom and Dad must be so proud. So the story came out yesterday, and this was covered by Variety, Rolling Stone, the whole gamut, that Claire Hope, aka Lil Tay, and her brother, but Lil Tay was dead at the age of 14. Let me repeat that age because it's very important that we talk about this. She, at this time, is 14. Those videos that you just saw was when she was 9. Could you tell? She kept repeating it. I don't know if you guys caught it, but... Be that as it may. So, it was reported that Tay and her brother... that Tay and her brother had died. I don't know if together, they never mentioned that. But you'll be happy to know. You will be happy to know, fellow YouTuber, that according to The Mirror and according to Variety, Lil Tay has come out in public and she has said that she and her brother are safe and alive after this rumor came out yesterday. Or rather, I'm sorry, this happened on Wednesday. Their deaths were announced on Wednesday via statement from the family and was posted on her Instagram account. Apparently, Tay's a rapper now. Okay. I haven't heard anything from her, but okay. Apparently, she also has, beef with what's her name? The Cash Me Outside girl. Bad Baby. And she spells it bad baby. Yeah. Speaking to TMZ, Tay said, and this is a quote, "I want to make it clear that my brother and I are safe and alive, but I'm completely heartbroken and struggling to even find the right words to say. It's been a traumatizing 24 hours. All day yesterday, I was bombarded with endless heartbreaking and tearful phone calls from loved ones while trying to sort out this mess." Yeah, can you imagine picking up the phone? Hello, I'm sorry you're dead. She went on to explain that the misinformation went beyond it just saying that she was dead. It also falsely named her Claire Hope. So, Tay wrote, quote, again from The Mirror, "My Instagram account was compromised by a third party and used to spread jarring misinformation and rumors regarding me to the point that even my name was wrong. My legal name is Tay Tian, not Claire Hope." Gee, I wonder. I don't see a 14-year-old writing a press statement like that. Okay? Really? Really? Come on, guys. I'm beginning to think that maybe this was a little closer to home than we all want to believe. Meta eventually helped Tay regain access to her Instagram account. Thank you, Mark Zuckerberg. It took her 24 hours to speak out. Now the phony Instagram post has been removed. There was a post that said, we're sorry, we're heartbroken, yada, yada, yada. But Tay's YouTube bio did not help dispel rumors, according to The Mirror. Currently, the bio reads, "Help me." And according to the Wayback Machine Internet Archive, that was changed to that sometime between March 18th and June 28th. So if somebody's been messing with Tay's Instagram account, she was asked to either confirm or deny if his daughter was dead. Her father, Chris Hope, seen here, initially refused to comment. He told the Sun, quote, "I'm not going to comment on that right now." I rest my case. Former managers also denied to comment at the time. Harry Tsang, one of her managers, claimed to be in close contact with individuals involved and referred to the situation as complex. He told the Daily Beast, quote, "I've been in communication with individuals who have an intimate understanding of the family's situation. Given the complexities of the current circumstances," yeah, complexities is a mild term. "I'm at the point where I cannot definitively confirm or dismiss the legitimacy of the statement issued by the family." Chris is saying he looks like he ate his first 3 kids. Oh, man. Yeah. Now, she hasn't done anything, at least on Instagram, or at least on social media, since 2018. In fact, her last post was a tribute to Triple Extension. And then she just kind of disappeared from social media. Her Instagram was gone. But, yeah. That was her thing. That was her thing. I'll be honest with you. I knew who she was, but I totally forgot about her. This is how, totally disposable this kind of thing is. She was the one that, she'd be fronting the money, and, she'd be partying with Logan Paul, and, you saw in the video, "I'm 9 years old, I have a Lamborghini." No, you don't. Stop it. Just stop it. Her mother, Angela Tian, was a real estate agent in Vancouver when she was doing that, posing in all these expensive houses. And apparently the company that she worked for confirmed that she'd resigned, but rumors had spread that she was fired for letting Tay and her brother use the houses in videos. Yeah. She built a persona. And then Angela denied it on Good Morning America. She said, "I didn't get fired. I resigned for my daughter's career and bright future. I don't want to deal with these questions anymore." And of course, Tay herself said, or Angela added, "All the haters, they want to get attention from her because right now she's famous and she has a passion. Every parent needs to worry about their own child. I'll worry about my child. She's a star now, and wherever she is, I will be beside her." Oh, Chris, on the other hand, Daddy, seen here with the remnants of the neighbors and his belly, he did not support Tay, Claire, whatever we're calling her this week's career. He told Hollywood Life in 2018, "I don't think a 10-year-old girl should be put in these situations. and made to drop out of school so she can make money for other people. Okay, Chris, then explain that chain around your neck. I'm just saying. She also has a history with beef, like I said, with other stars. She apparently had a known fight with Behad Behabi. If you don't know who that is, Danielle Brigoli. Okay, just so you know, the Cash Me Outside girl. Yeah. Who, by the way, now has an OnlyFans account, which will give you an idea of how her career is skyrocketing. So yeah. So the outcome was totally unexpected. Her brother's passing. Yeah, the message that was on Instagram talks about whoever wrote this was thinking. It expressed the family, again, this is from the Mirror, expressed the family's unbearable sorrow over the deaths of Claire and her brother. They don't say how. Okay, which is, I guess, kind of the giveaway. Quote, "It is with a heavy heart that we share the devastating news of our beloved Claire's sudden and tragic passing. We have no words to express the unbearable loss and indescribable pain." The outcome, they added, this outcome was entirely unexpected and has left all of us in shock. Her brother's passing adds an even more unimaginable depth to our grief. Wow. Somebody was trolling. If any of this is true, somebody was trolling, okay? And then they asked for privacy. So, yeah, you'll be happy to know Lil Tay is okay. Lil Tay is alive and well. And aren't you glad she is? It just makes you feel good inside, doesn't it? Checking the tote board. People talking about this one. Hasn't seen anybody more need a reality check since Bad Baby. Yeah, I'm telling you. And like I said, you know, Danielle now has an OnlyFans page. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, those royalties from High Bitch just zooming right in. Used to go by the name Cronus when he was living in Greece. I like that one. Chris says, okay, I'm taking bets. How long until folks are making it rain for her at Beef? I'm telling you, dude, by the time she's 18, you know, Dad's like, no, I don't approve. She's a child. Yeah, okay, then take the bling off. Okay, because you and I both know where you got that. Amy City saying, give her another 4 years. She'll be on the equivalent of OnlyFans. See, everybody's saying the same thing. Considering how long you've been on this story, you were stretched for material today, weren't you? I'm fascinated by this. I am fascinated because you get your 15 minutes of fame, okay? She obviously has stretched it into 20. To this, I give her props because I am truly of the belief that this is not a hack. I'm truly of the belief that somehow, some way, somebody, not saying who, but somebody, again, not saying who, but somebody put them up to this. I'm thinking it's an inside job. I am thinking it's an inside job. Little sister saying, how do you spell publicity stunt? Yeah. To give CPR to a career. Yeah. It wasn't that much of a career. I mean, it was cute. It was a cute 5 minutes. But that's about it. So, yeah. And, yeah, speaking of careers, and the sudden lack thereof, we know that there was a meeting today with the Writers Guild and SAG-AFTRA with the Producers Guild today. Haven't heard anything about it. So there's really nothing to report on other than the fact that the Writers Guild and the actors are still on strike. Now, that's okay, and probably that's going to go on for a while, but we're starting to see now the effect that this is having on everybody. For example, normally about this time, we would be starting to talk about the Emmys. Pardon me. However, according to Variety, the Emmys now have a new date. The Emmys have been pushed back. So, according to Fox and the Television Academy, the new date for the Emmys is going to be January 15th. That's right. Martin Luther King's birthday is going to be the same day as the Emmys. So that's 4 months later, which will give you a pretty good idea of how long they're expecting this to go on. Everybody was kind of saying this was going to happen. Everybody was kind of saying because of the strike, things were going to start taking its toll. Well, here you have it. Fox, that is to say, wants it in January, whereas apparently the TV Academy was pushing for November. They're like, to heck with everybody. We're just going to do this. And even Fox is going, no. Come on. Let's be serious about this. So, yeah. So they're expecting this to go on for some time. The Golden Globes have already been pushed back to January 7th. But wait. That's a week before the Emmys. They can't do that. Well, yeah, they can't because right now nobody is picking up the Golden Globes. No network is even thinking about that right now. So should the Globes go forward as planned, the tricky question, of course, is two shows that are conflicting. So the Emmys will split its focus on the first night and unscripted on the second night. So here's another problem that is going to be happening with this. You've got the Globes on the 7th. You've got the Emmys that are now slated for the 15th of January. Then you've got the Critics' Choice Awards, which has been pushed back to January 14th. You've got the SAG Awards on February 24th. So it's like, where's the eligibility window now? See, normally, that means that the next ceremony covers June 1st of last year to May 31st of this year. So some of the performances will be awarded for entirely different seasons than the shows awarded at the Globes, the Critics' Choice, and the SAG Awards. So everything, and I do mean everything, is up for grabs right now because of the strike. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. Of course, who is going to write for the Emmys? Who, in fact, are going to be the writers for the Emmys? Gosh, I don't know. That may take a little while, don't you think? Yeah. But Disney thinks they're making just enough money. Of course they are. I'm not saying. I'm just saying. Let's see. Oh, wow. ABC just comes right out and just blows the whole thing out of the water. ChatGPT will. That's actually one of the sticking points in the negotiations is AI. Russell Brand can write for the Emmys. Yeah, okay. I would love to see that. I think that would be fantastic. I think that would be funny as hell, personally. Russell Brand writing for the Golden Globes. That's even better. I think that's an even better shot. Yeah. But yeah, it's getting tough. It's getting tough. And there is no sign, again, no sign. We've heard no word of what today's meeting is all about. But if I haven't heard anything, that means that nothing happened. Okay. We see Kathy Griffin. All I have to see is Kathy Griffin. Kathy Griffin writing for the Golden Globes because Lord knows she needs something to do. I don't know. She's taking that new turn on life. She's she got over the cancer thing. She's doing good. All right. So she's back in top form. She does need a gig though. Okay. She doesn't have the CNN gig to pad herself once a year anymore. So we'll see. Emu City said they need to scrape Emo Phillips to host. Oh. That would be amazing. Oh. Next for best supporting actor. Oh, I'd love that. Judy Tenuta, yeah, no, can't have Judy Tenuta, which is a shame. But yeah, Ruth Buzzy's still around. On the other hand, but or oh, here it comes. We're just gonna sit and wait because Chris has got a thought, and I know he's typing it out right now as you and I speak. So we're going to wait patiently here for just a moment. While occasional guest co-host Chris King, or Bobcat Goldthwait. Oh yeah, there you go. Oh my God, yes, there you go. Best director. I used to do Bobcat. I can't anymore. Not like he can protest. Yeah, he's got nothing to protest about. Okay, I mean he's basically out of work. He's a stand-up guy. No pun intended. One thing we do need to talk about though. One thing that came to my attention this morning. Getting the show Deadpool celeb. No, wait, get JP Morgan. She'll flash the camera like she did on the Gong Show. A lovely JP Morgan. Yeah. For the last couple of months, we have been talking about it's no secret. One of the things that we do talk about and we're following here on the show, one of the stories, of course, is Dolly Parton's new album, or soon-to-be new album, Rockstar. Drops November 17th. And the fact that this is Dolly's rock album. This is the first time Dolly has ever made a rock and roll album. And I'm still pushing for you. Dolly, if you're watching the show, I'm still pushing for you, hon. I really want this thing to be successful. I really, really do. But I'm beginning to think that this thing is really kind of becoming a little bit more influential than it should. And the reason that I say that is when you think of country music, Obviously, you don't think of Dolly Parton doing metal or rock. And for that moment, neither would you in the case of Carrie Underwood. Now, yes, that Carrie Underwood. Yes. Before he cheats, Jesus take the wheel. Been waiting all week for Sunday night. Yep, the voice of Sunday Night Football. Yep, that Carrie Underwood. American Idol winner. You know. Chris is saying about the Dolly. Let me go back to the Dolly cover for just a second. Chris is saying, every time I see that photo, I keep thinking that she's about to break into a fabulous sea chanty with a bedazzled peg leg. Yeah, you know, with a nice pint of ale by her side. But yeah, no, Carrie Underwood, country singer, American Idol winner. She, you know, how can I say this? I'm beginning to think that Dolly's influence is getting a little far stretching because, she played this week. She played 2 shows. One in Moncton, New Brunswick, and in Canada, and another one in Montreal. And in fact, get ready for this now. I'm having a real hard time with this one. She had opened for Guns N' Roses. Okay, do you see? Do you see the whole Jimi Hendrix opening for the Monkees thing here? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Okay. So yeah, Miss Jesus Take the Wheel, Miss Drinking Alone, opened for Guns N' Roses. And Mike Stem has popped in. Hi, Mike. How you doing? Real quick, he says, when does Dolly come out wearing the meat suit? Yeah. 30 years ago, I would have been looking forward to that. These days, not so much. But no, I want to show you this video that it's on YouTube if you want to check it out. But this is Carrie Underwood. Now, mind you, this is an audience photo. This is an audience video. So it's not going to be the best thing in the world. But what I want you to do is I want you to listen. This is Carrie Underwood in Montreal playing, get ready for this, Ace of Spades. Wait for it. Carry onward, ladies and gentlemen. Jesus, take the wheel and don't forget the Joker. Oh my God. Amy City says she sounds like she's trying too hard. And Chris is saying, bald dude in front has a look on his face like there isn't enough beer here for me to deal with this. If that's not enough for you, it was the whole I'm born to lose part that got me. I don't want to live forever. Yes, you do, Carrie, you lying little. At the end, the audience cheered approvingly, allegedly. I saw it. It was more like, sympathy applause. She actually is starting to put more. She's starting to put more rock songs into her set. For those that don't know, she was at the Stagecoach Festival. She opened for. She performed with Guns N' Roses last year at the Stagecoach Festival. But she's been putting other songs like that into her catalog, into her set rather. Joan Jett's Bad Reputation, Wild Horses by the Rolling Stones, Zeppelin's Rock and Roll. Hey, look, it worked for Nancy Wilson, okay? Worked for Ann Wilson. Pat Benatar's Hit Me With Your Best Shot, which I can see her doing. That I can see her doing. That would be something for her catalog. And yeah, she's done several Guns N' Roses songs. Welcome to the Jungle. She's done November Rain, Sweet Child of Mine, Paradise City. So yeah. Is Dolly's influence starting to rub off? Are we starting to see the death of country music? Well, actually, country music hasn't been the same really for 20, 30 years now? It's been bordering on rock or pop. You just got a bunch of good old boys, instead of singing some old honk. They're coming out with the distortion pedals. I think country died the day that the Alabama Hillbillies did Poor Lonesome Me. Yep, I really believe that. But anyway, let's see. Chris has a very rockabilly feel. I don't know. Yeah, she's trying, but Amy City says she's trying a bit too hard. More like applause since it was over. Yeah, there's that too. Chris says, I don't want to live forever. Yeah, that's right. That's not what your Botox sealer said. Chris, rub off. Stop it. And Mike said, forget the Brazilian. She's getting a Lemmy. That's right. Oh, man. Oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. You imagine going in? The Brazilian for you, Miss Underwood? Just one on Lemmy. Just one on Lemmy. 30 years plus since Garth. Yeah, Noreen's got a point. The Chris Gaines album. That's what did it. You're right. Mutton chop on each mutton chop on each lip. Okay, we're gonna end it there. That's the best way to end it. Again, when we're done here, head over Hugs 24/7 Radio Hugs at WRGG.com, HUGSATWRGG.com. Check out Cyrus Gray, Hugs Top 10 Countdown. No live show next week. There will be a vlog next week. We'll post it and we'll let you know about the notifications. In the meantime, thank you so much for joining me. Hopefully I'll see you out in Lisbon, Ohio next Friday and Saturday night. The Hugs Summer Concert Series. Be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. Like, subscribe, do all that YouTube stuff so you can find out when the video is going to be. In other words, if you like it, hey, you know what to do. Be back in a couple of weeks. We'll see you then. We'll see you in Lisbon. We out.